Okay, well, I have a ghost story. It's gonna be we're gonna make it a three-parter. So today's part one, and only part one, okay? So, it takes place in 2010. This happened to me and a few other people, but mostly me and my friend Phil. So, in 2010, I'm in my friend Phil's apartment. I have a very horrible drawing of the layout of his apartment. So, he had a front door. This is where the street is. We never use this door. He had a driveway right here. His car would be parked back here, and we'd enter through this door. So his apartment was part of a two or three family home. So this door led into a little hallway here and here. This hallway had a staircase going up to the second floor, and I think there was a staircase around here, but this is a very bad drawing. So we'd enter through this door, right in here, and we'd enter his apartment through this door. This is his bathroom, dining room, living room, bedroom. I know the drawing sucks, okay, people? All right? So anyway, I'm standing in this door frame between his living room and his bedroom, and me and Phil are in the middle of talking about ghosts, because we always talked about ghosts and ghost stories because we felt we were very in touch with this stuff. We felt like we had a sixth sense. Who the hell knows if we were making that up or not? But this story kind of seems to make me believe that. So I'm standing here, and Phil's telling me about a little ghost that he saw in his house, just so nonchalantly and casually. He had a little blow-up mattress that he was laying on in his living room because he didn't have any furniture. He had just moved in there. He was recently divorced. Beside the point. He's laying on his little blow-up mattress in here. This is kind of more of a computer room than a bedroom. And he said he was laying in here, and I can't remember which door he looked through. I almost want to say it was between the... It was. Now I remember it. It was between the bedroom and the living room. He saw what looked like a figure of a boy, kind of like leaning and looking in around the corner at him. Now, I got kind of freaked out hearing this story because I'm in this apartment which looks older than God. And I'm standing there and I said, you know, Phil, I was like, I feel like there's something touching my head right now. Like there's a presence here. And he was like, oh. Excuse my cussing there. So he's like he got a little freaked out. He's like, no, he thought I was messing with him. I wasn't messing with him. I don't know what I was feeling. I could have been making it up, but what happened next was kind of odd. So now, we leave through both these doors, out through this door, and we're hanging by his car. Phil's smoking a cigarette. Finishes a cigarette. We go back to this door, go through it, no problem. Get to this door, and it's locked. And he thought I was pulling a prank on him. Now, there's another door here that leads into his apartment from the hallway, but this door is always locked. And I think it locks on the inside, so people can't come in. So we're standing here, and he says to me, so how'd you do that? I was like, what do you mean? Because apparently, it wasn't just the lock. It was the deadbolt on the top that was locked. It wasn't the doorknob lock. And you can't lock that without a key. And he thought I was pulling some prank on him. I was like, Phil, I said, I don't have a key to your apartment. I've never had a key to your apartment. How could I lock that door unless you did? He's like, well, I don't have a key on me. Luckily, he had a spare key in his car. So he's like, hold on one sec. He walks out, gets a spare key in his car, unlocks the deadbolt, and we go inside. Now, that is odd. We don't know how that door got locked. And I'm not saying a ghost can lock it. I don't know what happened or what the circumstance was. That's the truth as far as I remember it. Now, a week or so later, my friend Mike calls me and says, hey, Keith, you want to hang out? I said, yeah, sure, Mike. I said, let's go to Phil's apartment. He wants to hang out with us. Now, we're all hanging out. Phil now says we're just drinking some beers or whatever, right? Phil has us hanging in his bedroom. And we're near this door. Now, Phil's in the dining room here, doing God knows what. And me and Mike are sitting here. And Mike and I see the doorknob turn on this door. Like someone kind of shaking it, like almost like a burglar kind of thing. So I'm like, Phil, someone's at the door. Phil comes running in. He's like, what the I can't be cursing on this. What the F are you talking about? I said, there's someone at the door. He opens it up and there's nobody there. And he says to me, I can tell you for sure that nobody was at that door. And I said, why? He says, well, the person who lives upstairs, up these steps right here, is on vacation or away or whatever. They were away somewhere, Phil told us. And we're like, okay. And he says, nobody has a key to this front door. He says, and the people back here, they live, that's right, there was a staircase. There's a staircase right here. They live up the staircase above on this side. He said, so there's absolutely no way or no person that would be pulling at that door. Now, I truly believe that apparitions and things can follow you. And I have a feeling that the ghost from this home had followed me. Because there was one night, now I'm back at my home, only probably a couple weeks later, and I'm laying in bed. And what I saw, now I'm just kidding, that's for next week, I'm not going to tell you right now. So, I'm going to end it right there. Now, was that spooky enough, Ash?
I think so.
Think so?
Yeah, I think
Good.
so.
Now, there's a little bit, now, my next part is, I think, probably the freakiest part of this whole story. I mean, I want to say my conclusion's good, but the conclusion's good, but I feel like this is like the best part that's about to come up next. And I think maybe that you should be tuning in next week for it, for the middle of my beautiful ghost story here. But as of right now, I mean, Phil has told me plenty of weird things. He says that his previous tenant in that apartment, I think, had died. It wasn't a boy, though. It was like an older man, I think, who died of a heart attack or something in that apartment. Just, it's an old building. There could be a lot of history here. The ghost I saw, I assume, was kind of related to this, but I think there was a true haunting, and I think you got to tune in next week to find out exactly what it was.